right, hey everybody. Hello, hello, happy Sunday. I feel like some of you I just saw yesterday. We had the steampunk journal book class yesterday, and we had some technical difficulties, but we got through it. Kim was a rock star. She was facilitating for me as far as keeping the notes up, so thank you, Kim, for that. Before I get too far into it, just confirm that you can see and hear me. We just want to make sure we're not having any more technical difficulties today. I see a few, pardon me, I'm eating one of my sourdough scones. That's how informal we are today because we're just going to chit chat. I see Kim in the house, and I see Suzanne. Every time I see Gizzy Lou, that's too funny. I see Rhonda and Robin. Hey Robin, we missed you yesterday. So if I could just get a confirmation, y'all, that you can see and hear me before we jump in too far. Excellent. Thanks, Suzanne. All right. So first of all, how's everybody doing today? I hope y'all are doing good. Wanted to just get together today and talk a little bit about the future of my website and the Backstage Pass program, and just kind of talk to you a little bit about it. In the beginning of the year, I told you that I'm going to kind of do some transitioning. I want my website to be, hey Jim, I want my website to be more of a social hangout while we craft. I try not to push products too much. I do share with you what I use because you guys are copycats. Some of you are copycats, which I love. I love that you guys love my ideas. If I do have something, I try to get a few extras and I put them in the shop for you. So I had told you my volume is low. All right. Let me see. Maybe that's better. We'll see. I had told you that, like I said, I wanted my my YouTube channel to be more of a hangout where we just kind of have social time and visit with our friends and that kind of a thing. So one of the things I shared with you is that the Backstage Pass, running it on my website has gone to be pretty expensive. I've got a good core group, but it's hard to get more people to be able to sustain the website. So I looked into some different platforms, and I found Ko-fi. And hey, Suzanne, happy birthday! I just saw that. I looked into some platforms, and it looked like Ko-fi was going to be able to work for me. And what I love about Ko-fi is that once you're a member, you don't have to put in any codes. You just automatically can download my my items for free as part of the membership, because like I said, I could set the settings that way. So I really like that. I had a couple people testing it for me. I had Tina testing, and then I also had Robin testing it for me. And I think that Ko-fi is going to really work for me. So I want to kind of share with you, and the big news is that once you've been a member for a year, then it's just going to be $5 a month after that. So that's the big news. I'm not going to charge $89, whatever it was, every year. Once you're a member for the first year, after the first year, it's going to be $5 a month. So do we have any claps for that? Is that good news, you guys? I think it was hearts for that. I think, that was my biggest news, is that I'm going to be able to make it a little bit cheaper for you because the Ko-fi platform doesn't charge me. I'm still going to have the website as we transition, and then I'll figure out what I'm going to do with that. But you'll be able to still get all the digitals, everything you want, as a Backstage Pass holder. And you'll just have to pay $5 a month. Now that is just for current Backstage Pass holders. So this is the dilemma. I don't want to be able to open it up to the world because there's people out there that will become a member for $5 and download everything and then stop being a member. And so they've got all my digitals for $5. So I have to figure out how to manage future membership. But for now, anybody that's been with me, the membership right now is annual. But as I transition you off, then it'll just be $5 a month, and you'll still have the access. I figure if you were a member for a year, then you're pretty committed to the membership, I'm hoping, and you won't just, go in there and download everything and then be done with me. Done with you. I'm out of here. So that's what I'm trying to transition to. So with that being said, I wanted to share with you, I wanted to share with you the website for those of you that might be a little confused. Can you guys see the Ko-fi website now? It should be showing on my screen. If you could just confirm that for me, and I want to show you a couple things. Just I'll wait for your confirmation here. One of the things that's a little difficult is, some of you are, into your annual membership. So we'll talk about that in a minute, about transitioning you. The way that I'm going to control it is I'm going to control how many places are open here. Right now, this is open for, who was I talking to this morning? Hold on a second. Yeah, this is open currently for Debbie. So Debbie is, that's why you see one membership. I can't stop people from joining if they're not a Backstage Pass member, but if somebody joins and they're not a current Backstage Pass member, I'm going to kick them out and refund them the $5. So I'm going to be sending you guys emails to transition you. But I just wanted to show you, if you join, that means the membership. When you first sign up for Ko-fi, all you want to do is follow me, which is this follow button right here, and then it will get you into following me, and then that way you can, have access to it. The membership is when you join, and this is where it talks about the Backstage Pass, where it's $5 a month, and I can control how many people I let in here. So as I transition you, I might close it off, and only, and not let people join, because I want to be able to control who joins. But the website itself is pretty cool. The shop is essentially where you're going to be able to see all your digitals. You're going to have, categories here for it. And then what's really cool about it, like I said, once you're a member, when you go to check out, when you click on something and you go to check out, and you add it to your cart, it's going to show up for free because you're a member, which is what I really liked about it. Let's see, how do I get out of here? So I think that was, that in itself was pretty cool. So that's, start page. Let's see if I can get back. So that's what I like about it, is that, once you're a member, then you don't have to keep putting in your code over and over again. So that's what I like about Ko-fi. But like I said, I can't really control. It's hard for me to control when people are joining now. Now, Suzanne. So I'm gonna transition. You just paid your membership. I was actually looking at it a little while ago. Some of you just paid the membership, and I don't have. The funds that you guys pay me for the membership is what I use to pay for the website and whatnot. So I don't have the money to refund you guys. So I don't want you guys to have to start paying $5 on top of what you've already paid. So, first of all, does anybody have any questions on the Ko-fi site? Like I said, it's pretty good, I think. I want you to, Suzanne, if you haven't followed me on Ko-fi, you want to follow, but the membership may not be available for you as of yet. I'm going to help you guys with that. So definitely follow me on Ko-fi, and then when I work with you to join, then we can do that. Now here's the deal. Like I said, some of you have just paid for your membership. Let me just see if I can figure this out here. I'm going to look at it again. I don't know if I can bring this up. Yeah, it's a little different, but like I said, there are settings, Kim, that once you're a member, you're not going to have to put in the code every month. You're just going to be able to download everything, and that's one of the things we've tested with Tina, and it worked. So once you're a member, you just, when you go to buy something, do I need to go in? Do I need to then go in each what? No. So yeah. So once it renews, it's $5 a month. It's going to be $5 a month for current Backstage Pass holders. I have to emphasize that. If anybody, it will auto renew every month. Yeah. So it will pay every month for you, just like it comes out of your PayPal or whatever. It's going to auto renew every month. Not auto renew. It's a membership, right? So you get charged $5 every month. When you don't want to be a member anymore, then you just cancel it. But once you cancel, you're not going to be part of the membership group anymore, and you won't be able to download the digitals for free. So that's kind of how it works. So I reached out to Debbie, because her membership over on the website is getting ready to renew like in a few days, and I don't want her to be charged. So Lourdes, here's what I'm thinking. Like I said, some of you guys, your membership isn't set to renew for a few months. But here's what I was thinking. And you guys throw out suggestions if you have any, because I'm trying to do it fair. I don't have, there's about 17 of you. I don't have 17 times the annual membership to refund to you. I just don't have that. So the website is going to stay active for the next year, because I just paid the annual fee for the website, so it's going to stay up for at least a year while I transition everybody. If you want to join Ko-fi now for the $5 membership, here is what I was thinking, and you guys, be honest. You guys are my people, so I feel comfortable having this conversation with you. And this is what I was thinking. If you think it's crap, tell me you think it's a terrible idea. But we got to transition you somehow. I tried to do it just manually where I add you and it wouldn't let me do it. So you guys know I'm a vintage collector. You can see the back of my office here. I have all my vintage stuff. I have vintage journals. I have vintage paper. I have vintage labels. I have a lot of vintage. For those of you that want to transition early, even though your membership isn't due to renew yet, I will put together a care packet for you of vintage items, and it will be well worth your transitioning early. So if you are a collector of vintage like I am, if you want to transition early, like Lourdes, you asked if you join now. If you want to join now, you can. You're going to have access to the website with your code. Your code will still work, and you're going to have access to Ko-fi as I transition everybody. If you transition early, I will send you a care packet with vintage items worth several dollars. It'll be worth a lot because it's authentic vintage. I can do that for you. I will put together a care packet for anybody transitions early to offset your costs. Will you have the same digitals on both websites and Ko-fi? Eventually, yes. I'm in the transition phase right now. Once I transition everybody, then I'll decide what I'm going to do with the website. So you're going to have access to both. regardless. It's just you're not going to renew on the website. You're going to just pay month to month. So does that make sense? I hope I answered your questions. Any questions you guys throw out to me, because I want, again, you guys are my people. I want to make this as transparent as possible. And I'm going to say this again, if anybody tries to join when I have it open for my members, I'm going to kick you out and refund your money, because this is only for current Backstage Pass holders right now. Once I transition my Backstage Pass holders, then I'll figure out how to bring in new members. Like I said, here's my challenge. If I just, the website, Ko-fi doesn't let you charge an annual. It only lets you do it, you can do a one-time fee, or you can do month to month. If, for those of you that have already been on Backstage Pass holder, you've already, paid me for a year. Now I'm going to give you the benefit of just month to month for $5. If you guys all stay on, it's not a big hit to your bank account, and $5 times 12 months is only $60. It's not $89. So your annual fee, even if you stay the whole every year, is still cheaper than what you're paying annually now. So I'm trying to make it more cost effective with, still being able to not have to pay everything out of pocket. Will my newer digitals still be on the website? Probably not, because I am transitioning. And that's one of the reasons, Kim, why I am transitioning, is because when I first created the Backstage Pass, I was creating kits every month. But with life and things going on, I don't always have an opportunity to create a new kit every month. So I will be creating kits, of course, but you guys are you're my people. I don't feel comfortable charging you if I'm not continuing to give you new items. So this will enable me to create as we go. If you're just paying $5 a month versus paying that upfront $89, I don't feel the pressure to have to kick out a new digital every month. I will create dollar sheets like I always do. Kim, yeah, it would be beneficial, but if there's something out there, like a new kit, I would just email it to you guys or something like that. I mean, I'm not gonna let you guys miss out on the new items for those of you that are transitioning, but I don't want you to feel pressured to transition if you still have several months left on your membership. There's no pressure. Just like with the class yesterday, some of you didn't get the freebie, so I said email me and I'll send it to you. And I do. You guys, again, we have that relationship where we can send each other an email and I can make you whole. And that's what I like about the community. I don't know if you all feel that way, but that's how I feel about you guys. I'm never going to try to rip you off. I'm never going to try to take your money without doing what I said I'm going to do. I would never do that. And hopefully you guys have been with me long enough to know that I'm trustworthy and, I do what I say I'm going to do. So we have to transition so I can continue to give you some cool digitals and not feel so much pressure on myself that I'm not living up to what I've promised you. So does anybody have any questions on this? If you guys, and like I said, for those of you that have several months left on your membership, I'm going to send you a gift, a care package with lots of vintage stuff. And I want to make sure you guys feel good about this. And not feel like you're getting gypped. Robin, yes, I can sell my items there. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with my physical items. I have a year to figure that out. Because, like I said, the website is already paid for the year. It's not going anywhere. So I have a year to figure that out. A lot of my items that I sell, Monica, I have lots of stuff, so I'm okay with not getting my balance. Okay, as long as you're good about it, I'm still going to send you guys emails to verify what you want to do, because I want you to feel good about the transition. I don't want you to feel like you're getting gypped somehow. I'm gypping you. I want you to feel good about it. I think you're going to like the Ko-fi website. Like I said, I had Robin and I had Tina testing for me, and they Tina more so than Robin because she was on it a little earlier. And she said it was really good. And like I said, what I like about it is once you're a member, and once I make the settings, I haven't done it yet. But once I make the settings, then you guys can just download and not have to put in a code every time, which I thought was pretty cool. So let's see here. So I will make it, like I said, on the website, over on Ko-fi. Right now I have the membership setting where if you become a member, all you can do is download the freebies, because I don't want like I said, I don't want some stranger to go in and join and download all my stuff and then say, see ya, I'm out of here. So I will go and set some more openings. It looks like a few of you want to join. I saw Lourdes, you said you wanted to join. Kim, you wanted to join. So I'm going to open up probably a few slots, so that way you can just go and join. And then we'll talk about if you want to get your care packet, what you want to do. So if you want to join now and be charged the $5 a month, then if you go to the website, if you go to Ko-fi and you see that there's no member openings, shoot me an email. And as long as I'll open it up, and as long as you do it pretty quickly, then you know, someone won't go in there and grab the membership. Not that I'm so popular and all these people are going to go grab the membership, but you know, people are crazy. There's some crazy people out there. So I feel good about us transitioning. I'm comfortable to shoot you guys an email if something's weird or wonky. So yeah, so there is one opening out there right now. I think, like I said, it was for Debbie. If somebody grabs that, I can open up some more. But if you guys can just, like I said, if anybody wants to transition early, just let me know. And like I said, I'm going to go in and open that up for you guys. Otherwise, I'm going to be, sending you guys a personal email and figure out what you want to do. Many of you, many of your memberships, I think, come due, in a couple months, which is good. If it charges you by chance and we don't cancel it in time, I'll refund you. I'll grab that money real quick. I'll make sure it doesn't go into my funds for my website. But I will grab it for you. Ooh, did you just see that in the message? A Ko-fi bot? That's crazy. Lourdes, I see that you just subscribed. Oh my gosh. Look at how cool that is. Can you guys see that in the chat? Well, that's cool. I will, and I see that. So Lourdes, grab that. What is the site address? Let me see if I can grab that for you, Sharon. Bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. You got a noise notification? That's crazy. All right, hold on just 1 second. I'm trying to grab it for you. If you see me looking up and doing things, it's because I'm on the website right now, grabbing the site for you. Okay, there you go. There's the Ko-fi site. No places left in the membership, so let me see if I can go and open up some more members. And again, if you guys have a huge credit on your Ko-fi, I'm going to be emailing all of you. So anybody that's already a membership, you're going to be getting a personal email from me, and I want to make you whole. So let me see. This is how casual we are, and this is what I want. I just want to hang out and craft with you guys and do fun things. Memberships. Let's see if I can open this up for some more people. Edit. Yeah, I saw, Lourdes. I just saw that you sent me a message. I'm about to respond to you in a minute. So I'm opening up to, maybe we'll do this while we're live. I'm opening up 2 memberships right now. Save. And so if anybody wants to go in there, I'll be able to see. Rhonda, yeah, I just opened up 2 more memberships so you can join. I saw Lord just sent me a message. We're going to do this live, you guys. So, hi, I'm a new member. That is so awesome. See, you guys can even send me messages here through it. We are live. That is so cool. All right. Okay, Lords, I just responded to you. So, yeah. So I wait for your email right now. I'm trying to, yeah, absolutely, Kim. Whatever works for everybody. So there we go. I guess if anybody else joins, it will tell me. Now, like I said, I don't have it set up right now where you can go download the freebies with just logging in, because like I said, when I have open membership, I'm not going to do that. When I have people that want to transition, I'll switch it so I don't get any, crazy people coming in and doing it. Yeah, so we'll figure it out. I'll make sure I transition everybody. And if you join as a member, then like Lourdes just did, I'm going to go in and I'll make sure I'll cancel the membership on the website so it doesn't auto debit your account. Says full. Give it a second, Suzanne. It probably needs to refresh because I just added a couple more. So yeah, just give it a moment. Let's see here. Nope. Yeah, just give it a second because I just added a couple more spots, and it will let you do that in just a minute. So that was the big news, you guys. Does anybody have any questions? Otherwise, I'm gonna be reaching out to you guys. So let me ask you this. You guys are smart people. So I have to figure out how to transition new people. So I was thinking, what I would do is for the Backstage Pass, if somebody's new, they would pay like a down payment and then join the monthly membership. So even if they join the membership, for the $5, I would still have their down payment where, they didn't go in and just pay $5 and get all my digitals. So I have to work that out still. I think I can just invoice them. So that's what I may do. A lot of people get confused though with things like that. So I figured I will transition you guys first, and then I'll figure out for new people. So that's my struggle right now, is how to make sure people don't go in and become a member for 1 month and then download everything. So yeah, so if you guys have any recommendations or suggestions, I'm open to it. Like I said, I'm going to transition you all first, and then we'll figure it out. So like I said in my header, this is a chit chat session. So we'll get to some crafting in just a minute. I want to be able to answer any questions people might have before we transition. So Robin says either that or you can do a minimum time that they have to be a member, that they can't cancel for a certain time. I don't think I can do that, Robin. Ko-fi doesn't allow me to do that. Because the person could go in and cancel it at any time. So because it is a month to month, They can, go in, pay the $5, and then just cancel it. I don't have any control over that. I can say that, but that's not necessarily, hey, I just saw Suzanne just joined. I can say that, but people can still go in and do it. So that's my concern, is that, people that I don't know, new people, we haven't had a chance to, welcome them into our community. And some people might just go and do the membership for, a month. And a month is plenty of time to download everything and then quit. So I'm thinking, once I transition my people, you guys, then we'll figure out how to get new members in. But I'm thinking maybe I would just do like an invoice and for the down payment, and then let them join. So if they cancel, at least I'm not completely out. So yeah. Can you control the amount of the downloads? Not through the tier. I'd have to create another tier, Lords. So right now it's just one membership. New people, I'm thinking out loud here. New people, I might be able to let them join on a different tier and then control the amount that they can download. But then what they would have to do is they would have to, once that different membership canceled, they'd have to go into the Backstage Pass. So I might call it maybe a trial Backstage Pass, but it still charges them every month. You know what I mean? So maybe I would just only make a few digitals available. So if they paid $5, I can put in $50 worth of digitals or whatever, something like that. A joining fee. Yeah, I thought about that, Robin, too, and that's where I'm thinking maybe like the down payment. I can't, the site doesn't let me necessarily set up something like that. What they would have to do is they'd have to do like a one-time on the website, Ko-fi website. There's a one-time where they can pay the one-time amount and then join the membership. I just don't want to confuse people. I'm concerned. I'm concerned that I would be confusing everybody with that. So that's my concern. I can say, okay, go in and pay me the $50 for the donation, and then I'll allow you to join the Backstage Pass. So something like that. Yeah. So yeah, the $5 is $5 per month. So Robin says maybe $10 a month until they are active for a certain time, and then go down to $5. Yeah, again, I'd have to create another tier for them, but we have time to think about it. But that's what I was thinking, to charge them a little bit more up front for the first 3 months, and then just hope in good faith, because again, they can pay $10 in a month and download everything. It doesn't, especially if they have that membership. No, that's just a download. So I'll have to figure it out. But my goal is to at least transition you guys first, and then we'll figure it out. And like I said, I think probably what's going to happen is, if I could be a little bit more eloquent and explain it, I will say, you pay the one-time fee, and then you get charged the $50 or the $5 every month, something like that. I'll figure it out, but I have time to figure it out. My goal, like I said, is to transition you guys first. Yeah, I would hope people wouldn't do that, Robin, but you never know. So I might create maybe a second tier membership where they just have access to a handful of the digitals, and then I can say, okay, once this expires, if you want to have access to all the digitals, then you have to join the Backstage Pass. Maybe I'll call it something different. Yeah, exactly. Like different levels, right? So, I don't know. I don't want someone to get the benefit of not knowing they're going to support me, because you guys have seen the shop. There's a lot of digitals in there. There's hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and that's one of the reasons I can do that right now, is because I've been creating these digitals for years, so I have a good selection of digitals now, so I can do this. I'm not yeah, I'm not having to sit here and create lots of digitals and feel like, oh my God, you don't have your worth. So you guys have helped me to be able to get to this point. So I thank you for that. I mean, you guys don't realize, or maybe you do, you don't realize how much you guys support my process. So I try to give you back as much as possible. And the $5 a month will be absolutely helpful for those that can't afford the 89 upfront. Absolutely. The only, at least for you guys that have been the Backstage passers, caveat for the new, the new members, they're going to have to pay something up front. I'm not going to just let them join for $5 and join and download everything and then, cancel after a month. I'm just not going to do that. It's not fair to anybody. So we'll see. So that's the news. Do you guys have any other questions? Like I said, for those of you that have already transitioned, I'm going to be sending you an email. For those of you that haven't transitioned, I'm going to still send you an email. Yeah, and I'm still going to be making digitals, Lourdes. I have lots of scanned vintage items, and now I'm just going to start uploading them for you guys. And that's the reason I don't want to just open it up to any Joe Schmo, because I want you guys to get the benefit of it. I might not make lots of kits, but I'm gonna start uploading a lot of my digital items that I have, and have you guys enjoy them. So we'll see. I think it's, like I said, the whole Backstage pass. Yes. So YouTube doesn't have anything to do with. Ko-fi is just a marketplace where the videos from the classes we paid for still be available on YouTube. Yeah. Nothing on YouTube is going away. There's no. If it's on YouTube and you have access, then the classes are still there. All my classes, for the most part, I've uploaded to YouTube. That doesn't change. I just also have them over on the website, so you can still access all of the classes on YouTube. So yeah, that's not going to change at all. So that's still good, and I'll still be doing my classes on YouTube. Sharon, you don't have to sign up. You can just wait till you get a little bit closer to your renewal time, or if you want to transition now, then what I'll do is I'll work with you to get you a care package worth a lot. So it will be just like you purchased a care package versus paid for the membership, and now you're paying $5 a month. Yeah, if you want to hold out because you just registered or you're just renewed in November, hold out. There's no pressure to transition right away. We can just wait, till we get closer to your renewal date, Sharon, and we'll transition you then. Like I said, the website is going to stay open for the next year to transition everybody, but it is going to transition. So, while, if you want to still hang out and use your code over on the website, that's fine. If I make new kits, maybe the onesies, twosies, I wouldn't upload to my website, but new kits, I might put them there. We'll see how it works. But I'll make sure you have access to everything. I'm not gonna keep things from you. We talk every week, right? You know what's going on in my world. So if there's a new kit, even if I have to mail it to you, I'll email it to you. We'll figure it out. Hopefully that answers your question, Sharon. Are there any other questions before we kind of transition? Do you guys want to make something? Robin, I changed the level to $5, so we'll see how it bills you. How's that? So we'll watch it. So when it renews in a month, Robin, we'll check it out for you. So you don't have to do anything right now. When is the last time I can download digitals? Lourdes, you're going to have a year. I'm not changing anything on the website, so everything on the website with your code is the same. So you're going to have the rest of this year to download from the website, and then by then I should have everything transitioned to Ko-fi by then, and then we'll figure it out, right? I wanted to do this now so we have a long time to transition everybody, and then we'll figure it out. You guys are smarter than me. You guys maybe will have a brilliant idea on what I need to do. So we'll figure it out. How's that? But to answer your question, Lourdes, I'm eating. That's rude. You should be good to go. All right. So, I love you guys. I mean, I love hanging out with you guys. I think you're so fun. I think this is a great group. I really enjoy it. Maybe when I retire, I'll come out and visit you guys. I already said I'm going to go out and visit Robin. But that was another thing, you know, with me going to retire, knock on wood, in a couple of years, I don't want to feel the pressure of having to create a digital kit every month to be able to justify the $89 you might have just paid. So that's part of it. Sharon, let me see if there's any open. Hold on one second. Yeah, Sharon, if you want to transition now, there's one place left, so you can do that. And then, like I said, whoever transition after this, will figure it out, and I'll send you guys an email, and we'll make everybody whole. So, all right. So if there are no more questions, if you do have questions, you guys, send me an email. You have my email. But to reiterate, nothing is changing on the website. Your code will still work. If you want to wait to transition to Ko-fi, you can wait, but I'm still going to send an email to figure out what your plans are. Kim's asking, do I still plan on doing the small business once you retire? I mean, you call it a small business, right? But it really doesn't sustain itself as a small business. I call it, I don't know what I don't think I can call it a small business, because I don't make enough to call it a small business. I make enough to cover my expenses. And you know, if I find a cool crafty item, I buy a few extra through my wholesaler and I offer them to you. So we'll see. We'll see. If I decide to keep some of my selling, if I don't want to keep my website completely open, I might just list them on Etsy. Or, like Robin was saying, I can sell it through Ko-fi as well. I haven't listed any physical items on Ko-fi yet, because I want to transition the digitals first. That's the goal. So I hope that makes sense. Let's see. Lots of hearts to all of you guys. Those hearts are from me to you. And if everybody is ready, do we want to make something, or are we just exhausted? Do we just want to say, Monica, I've had enough of you? Do we want to make something? I've actually been, it's not going to be something big, I can tell you that, but I've been making clusters on my desk, cleaning up some of my stuff. I'd be happy to craft with you a little bit. So yeah, I think the $5 would be a lot easier to manage, right? I know that $89 up front, it can be a hit to the bank account. I think the $5 a month is manageable, and I can do that for you guys now because you've been members for a while, you know. And if I don't have to pay the large, fee for the website. If I cancel, like I said, I just renewed the membership on the website, so it's there for a year. I'm going to. You guys are so awesome. I can't believe the love that this community shares. It's so fantastic. All right, enough business talk, you guys. Let's see if my overhead camera works today. It didn't work yesterday initially when we were doing our class. So it looks like my overhead is working. Let's just do a little crafting. I'm a little bit emotional right now from all the support you guys give me, so I went off camera But you guys are such a great community, I swear. I love you guys. Awesome. So, I have this is what I do when I have a messy desk. Let me show you. This is my world, you guys. So I have all these scraps on my desk. Let me just show you. And my husband, I don't want to say he chastised me, but he said, "Come on, Monica, you've got to clean up this desk." So this is all the little scraps. This is all the little scraps. You guys are making me cry. These are all the scraps I have on my desk right now. And what I do when I have a mess like this, I should just throw it. I should just toss some of this stuff, but you know me, I don't like to toss. So I make clusters. And this is what I made when I was waiting for you guys to join the live. So I already made a couple. So that's what we're going to do today. I didn't have anything really planned other than to talk about the Backstage Pass and the transition that I'm working on. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to just pull from this pile and we're going to make clusters. I even have some paper dolls here sitting on my desk, you guys, so we can even add paper dolls. Throwing things away is hard, Kim. Yes, it is. All right, so let's get going. All right, so I have, I swear, I'm crying, you guys. You guys got me all misty-eyed. You guys are so good to me. Whew. All right. All right, so I have small items. So when you have, so my point to this rambling is if you have scraps, get a bag and just stick them in here, and then when you're ready to create your clusters, just pull out of your scraps. You know, I say get a little bag, but my little bag ends up being, you know, trash on my desk. So just, this is how we create clusters. All right, so your cluster starts with just a base, right? I mean, look at all this stuff I have here. And then we just start adding to it. So I'm going to push some of my scraps up a little bit so you guys can see. All right. Yeah, that's for sure, Arena. And my husband doesn't get it. But he was a teacher for, turn that light on. He was a teacher for many years, and he's very methodical and organized, and that's just not me. He asked me the other day, I'll share this. I should be embarrassed to share this, but he asked me, do you ever get embarrassed? And I'm like, well, what do you mean? I mean, I'm pretty loosey-goosey. I don't get too embarrassed a lot. He's like, you know, being messy. I'm like, well, hold on here. I said, I'm messy around you. I said, but yeah, if I had company come in and my house looked like my desk, yeah, of course I'd be embarrassed. He's like, okay, I'm just checking. Because you tend to be really comfortable with a messy desk. And I'm like, well, this is my craft room. So yeah, I'm comfortable with it, but this isn't my house, right? So there you go. But he's sometimes he says, do you ever get embarrassed? And I'm like, well, I mean, maybe if I was in public and, you know, my pants fell down, I probably would be embarrassed about that. I mean, who wouldn't, right? But if we have a messy craft desk, that doesn't embarrass me. Alright, anyway, he just doesn't get it, which is fine. I don't care. Alright, so yeah, so when you're making your clusters, just start piecing pieces together. I mean, that's really what a cluster is. And in the class yesterday, I shared with y'all what I do with my clusters. In fact, I'll show you another thing here. So, I've got all these things coming off. So remember we made this book last week. I just add clusters to my books. So I was playing a little bit, and I mean, this is a cluster right here, right? I mean, when you make these little books, you can just practice your clustering here. Your clustering, is that a word? You can just practice your clustering here. So, yeah, I mean, I love these little books where you can just practice and then it's still beautiful. And then if you have any scraps, you can put your scraps in here. This is a cluster book. You're right, Kim. You can put your little scraps in here and then just continue to make clusters. So, alright, so we got that going on. I even have this little ghost. I don't know if that would work, but we'll see. Alright, let's, what is this? I don't know. I have stuff on here, I don't even know what it is. But that's what's fun about a cluster. I did, Robin. Yes, I added a cluster to my Steambook project. Absolutely, I did. That's why I love the clusters. It's like creativity ahead of time, and then you can just grab for it, and it's beautiful. So, yeah, I did. How was your class, Robin? You said you had another class that you went to. Who was it with, and how was it? I hope you had a great time in it. We missed you. So let's, but honestly, like I said, you know, in all seriousness, my goal is never to try to gyp you or rip you off or anything like that. My email is always open to you guys if you ever have a question or you feel like something isn't fair with the membership or you're having problems. I mean, you guys should be comfortable enough with me to email me at this point. If not, shame on you. Get comfortable. Alright. So I don't think I told you guys. My husband is redoing our floor. Did I tell you guys that? My farmhouse is a little bit in disarray right now. So I think I told you we redid the bathroom, right? So Coca-Cola. And we got the wood floor and everything was beautiful. Let's see. Stretch your stems with I saw that one with Juliana Michael. Was that good? Did you like it? And then I also saw Tiffany's advertisement as well. So yeah, so we finished the bathroom floor, and I'm like, well, we should probably just, yeah, well, the bottom floor, Robin, not the upstairs, but the bottom floor. But yeah, it's so, bless his heart, my husband's been really busy. But yeah, it's coming along really, really nicely. Really happy with it. It's going to be beautiful. But it's a work in process, for sure. All right, let's figure out. Oh, this little guy would look good with the Coca-Cola, right? How fun that. Yes, I did, Kim. And I said, can you just give me a heads up from now on when there's something? So he's been real good. He's like, okay, this is wet. Do not step on it. But it wasn't funny initially, I'll tell you that much. Yes, Kim. That's a little bit in the doghouse for that. All right. So, but yeah, so just I'm making clusters with, you know, items on my desk, right? And that way I don't have to put them away. I don't have to throw them away. At some point, I'm like, all right, I think I've used these scraps enough. So it's time to get rid of the rest. But we can play a little bit. My desk is a lot cleaner right now than it was. and you know, I'm having to pack up things in the house so we can move things so he can put the floor. it's a little it's a little bit of a project right now. It seems like there's always a project going on in my house though, right? There's always something going on. And I had, you guys know I live in a farm community. A lot of people have chickens around here. So people are always bringing me eggs. Maxie has a personal chef now, in case you didn't know, and that's me. So when I make, we get an abundance of eggs. In fact, I was just given 2 dozen this morning in a bag. And they have the hay, the straw on them. Sometimes they have the chicken poop on them a little bit. But a couple of the eggs broke, so I had to like wash them, which was fine, no big deal. But I get an abundance of eggs, so I'm just looking at Carlin's. Yeah, that's right. Turn on my camera. So when I'm feeding Maxie at night, I scrambled him up a couple of eggs. So I'm Max's personal chef now, you guys. That dog is so spoiled. So right now I think I have like 3 dozen eggs in my fridge. So I'm gonna be be boiling some. I'm gonna make chef salads for dinner tonight. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then there's one of the ladies that we go to breakfast with. She was just saying how she made a angel food cake. So I said, well, I'll barter with you. If you make me an angel food cake, I'll give you one of my sourdough breads. She's like, okay. So it's just like a little barter system going on here. It's kind of funny. Yeah, I think I know more people here in this community than I did living in Prescott, just because it's a smaller community and everybody kind of knows everybody. Yeah, Max is living his best life. Make a quiche. Yeah, right. Then he really would be spoiled, Tina. And he knows when it's dinner time too. He's just like sitting, you know, I'll be at the stove scrambling up the eggs and he's just sitting there looking up at me. Bless his little heart. He's just so funny. He's a good dog, though. He's a good dog. All right. So I also have some remnant rubs here. Just happen to be sitting on my desk. Imagine that. How did that happen, right? So let's. And did anybody remember when we made the? Remember when we made the cluster book holder? The cluster book holder? Did any of you guys go back and make that book? Because I use mine all the time. After I have a day of cluster making, I put these right in my cluster book that I made. And you remember the book, right? It was the one where I used the graphic 45 paper. I hope you guys did, because I kid you not, that little book is perfect. And I pulled it out yesterday when I was doing my class. Right during my class, I pulled out my book. And we used one of the steampunk clusters to add to the journal. It was perfect. So I hope you guys, made that little cluster book. It was a lot of fun. But yeah. All right, that looks pretty good, I think. And then we'll put this little number right here. There we go. Pretty good. You need to finish yours, Rhonda? Yeah, I use mine. I use mine all the time. So this is the one that we made, remember? And has all these fun little pages. But yeah, I stick my clusters in here all the time when I'm finished creating. And I come and I grab these and it works great. Cases. Suzanne, I was just reading that law, Pennsylvania. Well, they are part of the family, right? I don't think I ever showed you this either. I was collecting envelopes when I had all of my medical bills and I was getting billed all the time for my cancer. I was saving the envelopes because I always pay online. And I made this little book. So this is just envelopes that I covered. That's pretty cool, huh? Do you guys, oh, there we go. There's the envelopes. Do you guys want to make this sometime? I can show you how I did it. Just start saving your envelopes. But it was, I don't know, it's pretty fun to make. I was making these little books that I can stick things in. But yeah, this was a lot of fun to create as well. Alright, so let's see here. Let's add a little walnut stain. Let's see, how long have we been going here? Can't see how long we've been. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, and just start saving them, Lords, and we'll do something with those. All right, so there is a little cluster, very, very simple. But yeah, just using scraps on our desk. So just working off of my desk, and you don't have to have like this theme or this plan or anything like that. Just, you know, work off of your scraps. There's one right there. All right, let's do one more, you guys, and then I'm going to let you go. We did that 3-hour class yesterday, so I'm a little, still burnt out a little bit. Then we'll call it a day. All right, so we'll do one more. And let's see what we got here. And then I'm going to be sending you guys emails, like I said, about the Backstage Pass. If you join the Ko-fi site and you're a Backstage member, I'm going to send you an email just so I can kind of communicate with you and make sure we're good, what we need to do. Just to make sure everybody's happy. Everybody needs to be happy in my community. Alright, so this is already made. Look at, I had this again in my scrap pocket. This should be open, right? How would you know? You're like, how would we know, Monica? But I didn't glue the top, so I was thinking I would put like a little tab in here. But look how hard that is to open up. I know, but I know it opens too, so I need to stick something in here. Right there. See, we need to create like a little something for that. We'll put that aside there a minute. All right. Should we do a bigger one? Last one. Yeah, that book envelope. I'll have to start saving my envelopes again, and we'll do that. Absolutely. Ooh, look what I just found here. We'll put her on that, right? I hear you, Kim. So remember, I was supposed to not go live today because I thought this is how crazy I am. I thought I had to work today, but I have to work next Sunday. So next Sunday there won't be a live, and I swear it this time. I'm not going to come on Saturday and say, oh, by the way, we're doing a live tomorrow, because, oh, I should have put this in the background. Because I do have to work next Sunday, so no live next Sunday. This girl will be working. Okay, this is what I want to do. See, I'm glad that I used wet glue, because I always change my mind. Or not change my mind, I always have another idea. Alright, so the ideas just keep flowing. We're going to do this in the background. Isn't that cute? And then we'll put her. And I can cover that little poinsettia so that way it doesn't look like a Christmas stamp. Alright, so let's put her right there. Isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? And then oh, yes. Don't you guys think I'm crazy? She crazy. She crazy girl. Okay, what does that say? Take flight. Beauty. Let's see. My nose is running. Alright, let's put this little thing here. Alright. There we go. Isn't that cute? Maybe we should make postage stamps one of these Sundays. Okay. There we go. How cute. Look how cute that is, you guys. So that will definitely be part of my cluster. So we'll just do a little cluster here. My nose, my nose. Oh, should we put like the little church? These stickers are left over from Christmas. Why do I have stickers from Christmas sitting on my desk, you guys? See, that's part of the frustration my husband has with me. Why are those still there from Christmas? And I don't have an answer. Because I haven't put them away. I mean, that's the best answer I have, and that's not a very good one. So, yeah. There we go. That's cute, right? And then we'll just do something. Something. Let's see. Maybe like that. Then we'll do a little something there. Yeah, postage stamps are always fun to make. Maybe what I'll do is ahead of time I'll put all the postage stamps together and we'll just decorate postage stamps. That would be a lot of fun. And then we can just keep them and add them to projects. Right? Super fun. Alright, there's the start of a cluster. What else do we have going on here? Oh, look at that. That's just a scrap sitting on my desk. Most people would have thrown it out, but not this girl. Not this girl. So let's see where we can put that. I think it needs to go this way though. What do you think? Maybe something like that, and then we'll do something down here. Yeah, why not, right? That's what a cluster is. It's just pieces of papers layered together. Alright, something like that maybe. It's cute, right? And then, what else do I have? Look, I even have, remember when we worked with the yearbooks? I still have these on my desk too. I know I have a problem. It's like, girl, just put it away when you're done. It's like, yeah, easier said than done. Because I leave it on my desk because I might need it. You never know. You never know if you're going to need it, and then you don't have it. Let's see, we should put this received. sure we have it. Oof, I like that. I like that. Oh, it's a little crooked though. Let's see. Okay. All right. There we go. That's cute, huh? But I'm gonna add a little bit more though, but that's kind of coming together, right? See this trash? I should throw it away when I'm finished. But I have a problem. I don't want to throw away my scraps because I might need it. You just never know. So I'll do this piece here. Exactly. Keep Christmas in my heart all year long. I completely agree. Last Christmas was great. We went on that cruise. We had so much fun. My husband and I are talking about booking an Alaskan cruise. So Kim, as we go by on the ship, we'll wave to you. Oh, you know what? That's wrong. Okay, that's completely wrong, Monica. So we'll have to wait on that because I screwed up. What else do I have sitting on this desk? Look at that guy. He would be good. Boom, right in the middle. Let's see. What else do we got? What else do we got sitting around here? That's just a random piece of paper. Yeah, I could say that. He wouldn't know the difference, right? He wouldn't know any different. Oh, I like that. But I think I gotta get out of that. Although, I have to say, you guys, I kind of redeemed myself a little bit. He's been working so hard on the floor. I made, what did I make last night? I made beef stroganoff. It was so good. I think I told you, you know, we live in a rural community. We went in with another couple and we bought half a cow of beef. So my freezer is completely full of meat. So I made beef stroganoff last night. It was so good. If I do say so myself. You'll come and see me? Oh, that would be so fun, wouldn't it? That would be cool. Alright, that looks pretty good. Maybe we'll do one more thing here. Let's see what ooh, look at that big number 3. Boom! Maybe just, let's see, another, maybe end it like that, and then we'll do some remnant rubs right there. What do you guys think of that? Although, I need, where is, I put my, I put my walnut stain away, and now I need it. I don't have it. Oh, but I have my ink out. I just put the blender away. So I guess we'll go old school here. Yeah. It's probably not the best way to ink up my edges. With popovers. Ooh, that sounds good. I had never made beef stroganoff before. That was my first time. And it came out really good. I was really happy with it. And my husband was happy with it too. So I'm not in the doghouse anymore. Let's see. Maybe something like that. That's fun, right? A little bit of glue there, but that's okay. It's okay. Alright, so that looks really good, if I do say so myself. Let's put a few remnant rubs, and then we will call it. So as I finish up, I will, as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to take a little break, but then I'll go and I'll check out who registered for the Backstage Pass, and I'll send you guys an email just so we can make sure we're all good. And then for those of you that didn't sign up, if you send me an email, if you're just like, Monica, I'm ready to go. If you send me an email, I will work with you sooner rather than waiting for me to send the email to you. But we'll figure it out. You guys are really flexible with me, so I appreciate that. So we'll figure it out. But the transition will be good. And I am working on a new digital, it's not a kit so much, it's more postage stuff. Because if we're going to make postage stamps, I think I need to have a kit. So we'll figure that out too. But I do have one that I'm working with. I started working with, if you can believe it, I started playing with AI to create digitals. I'm just playing a little bit right now, but you could do some fantastic things. So I'm hoping to be able to create more digital kits, and if I can use AI, even better. So just a new venture that I'm working on. So we'll see. More to come on that. You know, I'm just trying it out. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. There we go. That looks good. And then maybe, that's cute, isn't it? Look how cute that is. Maybe we'll do something right here. Again, just kind of going off of the scraps on my desk. So if you have scraps on your desk, don't tell your husband I'm saying this, but don't throw them out. Sit down and make some clusters. Clusters are just so fun to make, and hopefully by now I've given you guys enough ideas on how to use your clusters, right? I know many people were confused on what to do with them, but let's see, how can I incorporate this? Maybe I'll do the vertical on top. Put this up here. And put this down here. Oh, that's interesting. And then this one goes here. Alright, that's cute. I like it. It's really cute. Alright, so again, if you have, this was just scraps. This is just scraps on my desk. I just kind of pulled them all together and I started making clusters. So, you know, I made these and I will put them in my little book, my cluster book, and I will pull them out and use them, you know, on another day. So have fun with clusters. I really enjoy making them. It's an easy way to sit down and still be creative without having to think of a project. And they make, you know, cute little pockets for your journals. And just really just fun designs. So next week I will not be going live because I have to work. But if I get ambitious, maybe I'll go live during the week. We'll see. Oh, I made this one too. This one's really cute too. I like that one. I do have some new things to play with I wanted to share with you. I'll show you now. So I found these. These are like vellum. And I got these because I thought they looked cool. So we're going to play with these next week. I have a few ideas, but I want to play a little bit before we jump on. And then I got these also. Love these. Look at these. These are textured backgrounds, but they're stickers. So I thought they would be really cool to do something with these. and there's 100 of them. So I'm really kind of excited about that. So I haven't played with these yet. I stuck a couple of these. I think Robin, I sent one of these to you when I was packing kits or packing sales. I was putting some of these in there, so some of you might have gotten a sheet of that. And let's see. See, I use what I use for my postage stamps. I use Tim Holtz dies. That's what I use. But a punch is always nice too. But yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. On our next live, we're gonna play with these. I want to play a little bit first before I go on camera, because I'd like to at least give you guys some ideas, not just say, hey, I have these and I don't know what to do with them. So I always try to play first before I go on and share my ideas with you. All right, so that's it, guys. It was a very emotional day for me today. I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm emotionally drained. So again, just a big thank you for your constant support of me, your encouragement, your friendship, and just hanging out with me. I really enjoy these Sunday afternoons, just hanging out with y'all. And if you transitioned early, I'm going to get you an email out. If you ever have any questions about anything, shoot me an email. All right, y'all. We will see you later. I hope y'all have a fantastic week. And think of me next Sunday when I'm working, when I'd rather be crafting.